Hi, Ellory Wells here from ElloryWells.com, and I've been blogging for a few years now, and I'm always looking for new tools that will help me improve my writing. I mean, it's how I generate revenue. It's how we all can build an audience. But if your writing is not good, then you're going to have a problem establishing a blog, gaining readers, those kinds of things. So one of the things I wanted to do is give a fairly neutral look at the tool Grammarly. Now, Grammarly has been around for quite a while, but I have only started using it in the last couple of months. And there's a free Chrome add-on, so if you're using the Chrome browser like I am right now, once you activate that and log in with a free, create a free account, it will check your anything that's in the browser. So it will check your WordPress posts. It will check your Facebook status updates for spelling and grammar and some relatively basic things. But what I wanted to do is see if the Grammarly plugin, the premium edition, is worth the monthly investment. So right now, I think they've got a special where if you buy like a whole year at once, it gets down to under $20 a month. And that's not necessarily the cheapest plugin. However, again, if you're writing full-time, or if you want to become a full-time writer, if you want to take your posts and do guest posting or get them submitted to somebody else's website, then this is something that you might want to invest in ahead of some plugins that are more fluff or more design related. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to log in for the first time. I just got my account, I just got my password, and I'm going to log in for the first time. And what I want to do is run this through a series of tests to give you an idea of what it can do. And specifically, I've got a book coming out called The Exit Strategy. And it's about 30,000 words right now. So that's over 100 pages, and I want to see if their offline plugin that works with Microsoft Word and Outlook and some of those things will be able to handle that. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and let's see what we can do. Install now. Okay, what I want to do? Apps for Microsoft Office. Let's see. Okay, I think this is the one that I want to do. So for Microsoft Office. So we've got a download here. It's about 8.8 megabytes. Let's see how this works. Go to open. And we will install that, get started, Word, Outlook. So it'll check your emails and anything you type in Word. So that's kind of nice. Word. Okay, got to close a couple things. All right, okay, email. Type in the email for my account. Now, you have to make sure you have to have a premium account. It won't let you get around it if you don't. So what I want to do is open my exit strategy book. Now, again, this is 32,000 words, I think. Let me see. Start the tour. Okay, 33,000. You can see over here in the bottom left-hand corner, it's 80 full-size pages. Now up here in the top right-hand corner, I'm going to do Enable Grammarly. Please note that the autosave functionality is disabled while Grammarly is enabled to prevent writing loss. Be sure you save your work at regular intervals. Do not display. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. So let's see here how we do this. Contextual spelling. Let's look for that. Oh, so it's got a bunch of errors here apparently. So let's see what it can do. Some of these, honestly, I might not be all that interested in having it check for. Sometimes I write with ending a sentence in a preposition. You know, that's just something that I do. And that technically, again, you know, like Oxford English or something, that might not be accurate. So let's see what we've got here. What does this button do? Okay. So this is nice. So this is contextual spelling. I guess this is a grammar issue. So It's saying I'm missing a comma in a compound sentence. So I'm going to go through some of these. I'm going to fast forward it, but so that you don't have to sit through all of them, but you are going to get an idea of the changes that I can make, or the changes that you can make through the process of installing Grammarly, and we'll be right back. I did want to stop here for just a second because I just remembered, as going through some of these prepositions and passive voice. Now, some of these things I've turned off in Microsoft Word, but I want to switch back over here for a second to review, and I'm going to go to spelling and grammar. And so we've got 699 critical issues that Grammarly picked up. I want to go and click on spelling and grammar. Let's see. Where is this? So if you activate both of these at the same time, you might have a challenge figuring out where they are, which word it is talking about. So I'm gonna see if I can turn off Grammarly. Okay, this is okay. I'm gonna ignore that because I want that to be capitalized. Corporate, I want that to be capitalized. American Eagle, that's a store. The point of no return. Okay, I can change that. Corporate, I want that to be capitalized. We're finished checking your document. Want to check the rest of the document? Let's go to yes. Scammy, I'm going to ignore that. Your about page, I will ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. 5 W's, I'm going to ignore that one as well. Ignore. And ignore. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to go through and I'm going to either make all of these changes or I'm going to ignore them, and then we're going to compare what Word has compared to Grammarly. So I'm going to fast forward through that and we'll be right back. Okay, so it says spelling and grammar check complete. You are good to go. Let's see what it says. Words, characters, paragraphs, sentences, passive sentences, flat reading, and all that stuff. But according to Microsoft Word, this is good to go. And most people would say, hey, this is just fine. This is, I can submit this, whatever. And there you go. So I'm going to hit OK, and we're going to go back to Grammarly. Got to enable it again. And you can see down here that it is checking. Checking. Now, one thing that you can do with Grammarly is go up here and check the settings. You can either enable it by default. I guess there's not a whole lot of settings that we can do here. Let's close that. Now, it's still checking again over here. Once you enable it, it'll go back through here and check everything. I haven't explored this yet, but it looks like you can go in here and change what you are wanting to write about. So if you wanted to change it to a personal blog post, which honestly would be a good thing for me, it might give me a little bit of flexibility in things that aren't quite technically correct. We might be able to turn that on and get away with a few more things. But I'm going to go click here and let's go to tell me more. That didn't do anything. Let's go to casual personal blog post, and let's see if this does anything. Nope, it doesn't do anything there at all either. But it's still checking these kinds of things. I guess it's still checking that. I guess the problem is, and I asked the support team when I first signed up for this premium service if it could handle a 30,000 word document, and they said that my rep said yes, I think it will, but you might want to check with the support team. So there's just a little bit of a disclaimer for you that if you have something of book length, again 30,000 words here. It may take a second for it to check everything, but let's continue back here with contextual and spelling. Again, I'm going to fast forward through this so you don't have to watch me correcting all of these kinds of things. So I've gone through about 30 of these or so, and I'm only, 11 out of 80 pages. So you can see that the spelling, the grammar, the punctuation, sentence structure, style, even the vocabulary enhancement stuff is fairly thorough in Grammarly. What I would probably suggest that you do is to turn some of these off just by clicking on them and going through and taking them in bite-sized chunks. Instead of turning them all on and going through, in this case, 700 of them one by one, let's focus on contextual spelling and just go through things like that Grammarly has picked up on. But again, if you're making writing something you do on a regular basis, or if you're writing on a weekly basis, or if you are maybe even a student and you're wanting to check your writing before you turn it in, like I showed you over here, general, you can change it academic, you can change it for case studies, reports, essays, all kinds of different things, and I guess it tweaks the level of detail that it would check for you. If that sounds like you, and you're doing any sort of writing where it's taking any decent percentage of time out of your week, maybe it's worth it. If you go to ellorywells.com/Grammarly, I'll show you what that page looks like, and you can see what the pricing is. That is an affiliate link. If you want to use my link, if you found this valuable or beneficial, like I said, you can start Grammarly for free. You can check that out. Just scrolling through here and seeing what all they have to offer. And again, like this is showing you right here, this is checking an email that you are doing. Let me pull up here for a second what it would look like in WordPress. So let me pull up one of these posts that I have scheduled. Here we've got 7 things you'll have to let go if you're going to achieve in life. Let's pull that up real quick. So here's my post, and now granted I have already run this through Grammarly once, but you've got your text here heading just like a regular old blog post and everything. But down here in the bottom, you'll see this icon right here. The free one, whatever, either version, you'll get this right here. But on these advanced issues, the critical issues, you'll get that in the free version of Grammarly. These advanced issues, that's where you're going to need the professional version of Grammarly. Let's just pull this in real quick. I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to go here to a new document. Let's see what these 36 issues are. Unnecessary ellipses. Okay, we can probably turn those off. You know what? I'm going to keep them. This is a blog post. I'm going to change this over to personal blog post. Applying document type casual. Okay. So it's rechecking. And it's giving us the score. So I'm going to, while that's checking a document, what is the score? I don't know what it's, I don't know. Okay, here we go. 10, plagiarism, checking is disabled. May want to do that. Punctuation, vocabulary enhancement, checking disabled. So this plagiarism and this vocabulary might be because of the personal blog post setting that we just put it on. Let's see what download detailed report looks like. So it started a report .pdf. Let's see what that looks like. Same thing. Okay, this is the blog post, or this is the article. This is what it sees that are wrong. I don't know why you would need to download this, honestly, at this very moment, unless you wanted to send it to somebody. Someone sent you a document and said, hey, would you review this for me? And you wanted to give the Grammarly printout in case they didn't have it. I could see the value in that. So let's go to close, and let's go ahead and fix these issues. If you want to double your rate of success, you must double your rate of failure. Let's go ahead and make that change. Squinting modifier. It is unclear to the reader what in life is modifying. Consider moving the modifier. So, yeah, your dreams in life, blah, 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 whatever. I think people would understand that. If you want to achieve in life, We will add that comma though. Oh, by the way, I just saw it. Here's my name. It already synced where I added Ellory from the Word document to the web checker. So that's kind of cool. It was within, I didn't have to do anything. It just automatically synced that and it recognized my name. I don't know where this was. That it seems like we're a formatting issue. It would show us in the blog post. But so does leaving behind where you are today. We're going to ignore that one as well. Life in the... No, I have ignored this one because it doesn't fit if you want to achieve in life. We will make that change. That one does need to be changed. And we've got an extra space in there. So it's going to recheck this. We've upped the score. Sorry, there's one error and a score of 99. So because I told it to ignore something, it's not going to give me a score out of 100. I don't know if you can get 100 out of 100. Maybe you can on some of these shorter documents, but if you tell it to ignore something that you feel like the formatting is correct, it may still give you a score less than 100. But what's nice with Grammarly is you go over here and you can click this and it opens this kind of, you can kind of see it's kind of a popped out view of the of what you're changing here. So once you make these changes and then go back up here to back to edit posts, it applies those changes in your document. So it's pretty nice. Again, I didn't make the changes here, so we're not going to be able to see all of the things that we just did. But let's see this plagiarism one. Plagiarism checking has been enabled. Finds unoriginal text by checking against a database of over 8 billion. Okay, so let's see. Unoriginal text. Man, it is really checking some detailed stuff. I wonder what they're often not sure what to do next. That's pretty broad, so I don't know that I would pay too much attention to it. I wonder if there's a percentage of plagiarism that you should actually pay attention to, because 5% unoriginal, I mean, the only thing we can do is let go of, I mean, that's not plagiarized. That's, someone put it on a Pinterest pin. So I think plagiarism might not be the most relevant thing to check out. But if you were submitting a page, and I would say, this one's 5% unoriginal, according to them, I'm not worried about 5%. However, I think I would be concerned of anything over 10% or higher, especially if you're submitting something like a dissertation or a book report and an academic thing where plagiarism is something that they look out for at a very strict level. What it's picking up here, you need to find the balance between being realistic. I mean, that's not plagiarized. I mean, that to me, that's a little bit ridiculous. But again, if it crosses over that 10% mark, maybe it's time to take it fairly seriously and make some changes to what you're looking at here. Don't let small visions better word pair. Maybe it's saying little visions and little enhancements. Let's see if it says little here too. Yeah. So I'm going to go back to this Grammarly page here. Again, if you go to ellorywells.com/Grammarly, you can check out this exact page that we're right here, but it's got all kinds of things. If you are a college or university, you can get bulk plans, things like that. But what we're looking at is a pretty thorough view of Grammarly, what it can do, and the level of detail that it will check inside of even Word documents. Let's pull up an email really quick and see how this goes over there. So we're going to go to a new email. It's Grammarly is enabled by default here, it looks like, where it was not on Microsoft Word. Got it. And I guess it's going to function very similar to Word. You can close this and write your email and then enable Grammarly, and it'll start pulling things up over here. So yeah, it seems like a pretty solid piece of software. Let me double check what kind of pricing it is. premium plans, if you did want to pay for it, by the way. So yeah, you can get it for $11.66 a month. That's $12. I mean, if you go to Wendy's and get a not a Happy Meal, if you go to Wendy's and get one of their special meals, you're going to spend $7 or $8. It's $10 for a movie ticket, $11.66 per month if you buy a whole year, which is $140. Doesn't seem like the biggest expense, especially again if you're doing a significant amount of time writing, or maybe you get a month at the time of finals or something like that, and you run all of your documents through that before turning them in at the end of the semester, or something like that. You wouldn't necessarily have to get an entire year all at once. You could get a month for $30, and it'll cover you for a month while you're turning in papers or something. But yeah, there you go. There's a review of Grammarly. At this point, I think it's probably worth the $11.66 a month because I blog at least once a week, 1,000 words a week. I'm writing a book, and I think it's probably be a pretty worthy investment. Hopefully, this is a pretty good look, and it's educational enough for you that you can make an educated decision on whether or not it's the right thing for you. If you like this video and you like this kind of information, head on over to ElloryWells.com and you can check out my blog. I've got a podcast, and my goal in life is to help entrepreneurs start their businesses. So if that's you and you want to turn your blog into a business, again, ElloryWells.com, and look forward to hearing from you.